Hello everyone! Have you ever wondered why Stardew Valley has a train station yet no one ever comes in and no one ever leaves? Or have you ever noticed that trains don't spawn while you're inside? Today's video, as you may have guessed, is all about trains. Marnie's second favorite thing since Mayor Lewis. Now admittedly, I don't know a lot about the trains in Stardew Valley. I know they exist, they show up from time to time, there are different ones, I haven't even seen them all. So luckily for me, I had a mod created in which I can spawn trains. So we're going to start in spring, go through a bunch of trains, hopefully see them all, move on to summer, see if they change, what they give you, etc, etc. We're learning about trains today, be excited. But it's a rainy fall day and I want to do this in order, so we're going to start in spring, go all the way through to winter, so I'll see you then. In the blink of an eye, here we are on spring the 2nd because I can't count. Now if I'm understanding this mod correctly, I should press Q and a train should show up. Now we're just going to do this and see every train in existence finally. We're early for once. Normally you hear the train, you have to run all the way across the map to get to it. They show up pretty quickly though. Pretty solid looking train. Coal grey, standard, carrying some logs. I'm not sure which one spit things out at you. Clearly this one does. There's one piece of wood, that's free. 2 pieces of wood. I could just live off train stuff from now on. Just stand beside them, watch them go by and collect their crap. I've never really found anything more interesting than say a geode, but I've never spent a lot of time by the train, so today's going to be one of those days. Yep, this train's pretty straightforward. I'm not sure if they change season to season, but we'll find out. That looks kind of like the sea monster. The graffiti on it is kind of interesting too. You just never really know what you're going to get. So I guess they drop depending on what they are. That looks like an ore cart, so it's dropping ore. The wood one is dropping wood. That guy gives you nightmares. Some stone out of that one. That looks like the top of a mountain with clouds over top. There's Pam. Cool cat. Cows. Cows going along in the trains. Give me some cows. I don't want rocks. Drop the cows. Spit them out. Alright, I don't think that's going to happen. At least milk would be cool. And this is also a very long train. Is this like a never-ending train? Or are they just always this long? Maybe they're always this long. I never pay attention to trains, but I feel like this one's almost never-ending. There's a palm tree. Maybe if it's a never-ending train though, we'll just see absolutely everything it has to offer along the way. These cars carry people, but we can't really see the people. Do these trains just legitimately have no end? I press the train button again and I hear another train coming, but this one's not ending. I might have to do it day by day to make the train stop. Oh wait, there it goes. It's gone. Okay, I guess a new one's coming in. That's kind of fun. I can just make the trains appear and disappear on my command. This one looks the same. Well, the engine looks the same, but we got a new bear graffiti and this cart is different. Overall though, it was a very short little train and didn't seem to have anything new to offer. It was way shorter than the first one though, which is interesting. I guess they vary in length. Well, let's bring another one in to see what happens. See if we get a different train. Spring might only offer some very basic trains because that's normally the season everyone starts in, so they're not really going to throw a lot of cool stuff at you right away. You gotta earn it by playing through the game. This one appears to be more of the same, that same hilltop graffiti, lots of passenger cars on this one. This must just be simply a passenger train. Except for that bear. Technically a passenger, but not a living one. And just another short one. Other people have been asking what it's like if you get hit by a train. Well, I'll show you on the next one. We'll press the button to bring the next one in. This one should disappear into the tunnel. And I'm gonna wait right here for it to crush me. Here it comes now. I'm gonna sit here and wait patiently. I've done this before a few times, but for those of you that haven't seen it, if you get hit by a train, it knocks you out of the way or potentially traps you in a tunnel and just kills you. That's about it. There's a hay cart. Being that this is the 5th train in a row that looks like this, I don't think they're going to vary too much in spring. So we'll maybe skip it to summer and see if we get anything different there, because these are starting to get a little bit repetitive. I've seen most of these now. It is kind of interesting though how basically only the first train gave me any items. These other ones aren't dropping much. There's a piece of wood as I said that, but they're not really giving you much. So if you ever think trains are going to drop you treasure, don't count on it. And there's the rear end of the train. Let's move into summer. Summertime hopefully means summer trains. One thing I may try too is spawning trains while I'm outside the train area and also while I'm in the train area to see if that makes a difference at all. Don't think it would, but sometimes you just gotta try things to see the results. So far, we have a very similar train to what we've seen before. This one, I sense, is a Joja train. Every car is for Joja Mart, and it doesn't give you anything on the way by. That was definitely a different train though. This one coming in just dropped for me a Magma Geode out of that first car and another Magma Geode. Alright, already we're getting some better treasure out of this train. This one might actually be worth coming to see once in a while because it's already given me 3 Magma Geodes. Those could turn into something pretty good and lots of coal. I'm not afraid to say it, this train so far is my favorite train. So summer has given us some different ones. It gave us a Joja train plus this one full of ore and different graffiti. Maybe they get better as they go. Interesting. The look of these trains really goes to show you the depth of Stardew Valley, how they even have their personalized individual graffiti on different cars. This train probably actually gave me a bit of value depending on what would be in those geodes. And that goes to show that there are different trains. I don't have to leave the area for it to spawn different ones. So let's see what's coming up next. We'll just bring the next one in before that one's even gone. I also never noticed there's a bird's nest on top of the train tunnel on the side. This train seems pretty familiar. That's new graffiti though. I don't think I've seen that before. But this looks very similar to the spring train. So when we try 5 trains per season to see what we get, that should be lots to get our results. Some clever graffiti there. Sup per time. Maybe some kind of a riddle there, but I doubt it. That looks like a shadow person. Krobus is on the trains. That's what he does in his spare times. Escapes his sewers to go graffiti stuff. And that's the end of that train, so let's bring the next one in before this one's even gone. What was that? Train number 3, so we'll do 2 more for summer and then move on to fall. Again with that romantic looking graffiti. And nothing new on this one. We did get one Jojo right away, and I thought maybe summer would give you a lot of Jojo trains, but so far that doesn't seem to be the case. And these aren't necessarily set into seasons, that's just what I'm seeing so far, but I would need more time to look at this to be sure of that. And another repetitive train. Nice purple car. Abby? Hop in, Abby? Is someone trying to get Abigail to move? Interesting. Wonder what that says. Alright people, I need your theories on what that train car means. Hop in, Abby. Someone wants to take Abby away. And one more train for good measure. Train number 5 is nothing new. It's a short one, no new cars, same repetitive graffiti that we're seeing now, and Goldor. Hey look, Abigail's here. Maybe if Abigail's here at the right time for that one train car, she actually gets in and leaves forever. Will we get any different trains today? Only one way to find out. So far, one thing's for certain, the beginning of the train is always the same. And this train so far is nothing new. The sea monster again, graffiti hearts, I think that's new, but still the overall train is the same. Next train please, I'm getting impatient. Do we have anything new and exciting today? Nope, so far more of the same. So they maybe don't change season to season necessarily. There is a variety of trains, but I can't really tell which ones come when yet. I know there is a special one in winter, but we'll get to that. I think the graffiti can be different colors, or at least on different color cars, because I've seen that hilltop one on something different before. This train might be the most boring generic train I've seen so far. They're just colored cars and passenger cars, none that give me anything, none that have anything exciting to look at. Except for that car. That car's new graffiti. Skyscrapers. And away it goes because I summoned a new train already because I'm impatient. And it looks like we got the Jojo train, so we don't need to see any more of that. I think we've seen about everything we can for the 3 seasons of trains, so let's try winter. I know winter has at least one good one. You know what? I think today's that day when I finally see that present train that I've been looking for forever. Of course, I'm going to cheat to make it happen, but it still counts. I just want to see it. This might be the one. This one is moving super fast. Look at it go. Maybe they move faster in winter. I've never seen one move that fast. Interesting. So they vary speeds too. This is just a boring passenger train, no? Actually, it might be the first entirely passenger train that we've seen. How many trains is it going to take for us to find the present train? We'll find out. Let's bring a new one in. Back to another slow-moving train. Hey, we got the present train. Finally. I knew it existed. Cool. And we got it on our second try. Normally that might take a while though, because trains don't spawn exactly every day, but they do show up sometimes. This is actually a pretty long train too. It's just present after present after present. Too bad it doesn't give me anything though. Is there any way to kind of coax some of the stuff out of there? No? Well, that's alright. If only there was a way to derail the train, then none of the kids all over the world would get presents. That's interesting, no? That's really cool. I've never actually seen this before, and I don't think too many people actually had. There's not a lot of images of it out there. Before, when I attempted to do this, I think I saw 4, maybe 5 trains through winter, and none of them were the present train. I was waiting for them to naturally spawn, so that took quite a while, so I'm really happy we got one right away. Now that I'm cheating, it'll probably give me 4 in a row, but let's just kind of see what happens. It's another slow-moving train. The present one was slow-moving, and this is just another generic whatever car. That one had Pam trying to get into it for a little while. If you're smart, you'll just kind of let Pam do what she needs to do, and then she'll be on her way. Less trouble for everyone that way. This one's at least giving me some gold ore. It might be worth chasing the individual cars if you want stuff out of the trains. Like chase the ore cars if you want a bit of ore, chase the wood for wood. Not sure why you'd want that. Or the geode car for the geodes. And this is number 3, I believe. Ooh, not a present train. I'm not really that interested to see the present train again, but if it does show up, great. A Jojo car. That's not on a Jojo train. Carrying green beans or something? Not entirely sure what that's supposed to be, some kind of vegetable. More romantic art, more green beans, not in a Jojo car. And I think this is one of the geode cars, if I'm not mistaken, so if I follow it, hopefully it'll give me a geode. Got a rock. Can never have too many rocks, I guess. And it's out of there. That's a new graffiti. Haven't seen that one before. Not sure what that is. A stack of boxes? Feel free to speculate below in the comments what any of this actually means, or if it means anything at all. I'll be sure to check the comments from time to time. I'm always really interested to see cool theories and ideas. And we got another present train. Will this one be shorter? Will this one be longer? I don't know. It's probably exactly the same. They probably don't vary that much. They simply can't vary that much because it's just presents again and again. Well, that's all well and good, but let's make that train disappear because children don't deserve presents and we need a regular boring train to come in. The final train is a very boring train. How fitting. A little more graffiti there. Can't really read that. Not really sure there's anything to read. I think it says why. More of the skull graffiti. There's someone very angry out there writing on trains. It's a little disturbing. I just realized that one says little choo-choo was here. And it's a little train. I wonder if that's graffitis on little trains. Well, that's it for this video. Got to do some quicker, easier ones while I'm working some of the big ones in the background. Hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.